Hey everybody, welcome back to BP Fun. This is another anime video. We got Captain Zeus here and Novaverse, your favorite anime lovers here on the channel. And we're going to talk about, honestly, 2023 anime. Year's coming to a close and we want to sit back and reminisce and, kind of just reflect on some of these great anime that have come out this year. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime videos like this, and let us know in the comments below your top, you can do top 10, top 20, just your top 2023 anime. You know what? I'm just gonna start it off with one that everyone knows. Everyone knows about this one, right? Oshinoko. Oh, man, that was such a good one. Never read the manga. Never read the manga. That intro also hit so hard. First episode was an hour, so I thought this was actually a movie. I didn't think this was an actual series, but man, after that hour and a half movie episode, and then we just get regular 30-minute episodes, it just kept you on the edge of your seat. That's one of my favorites for sure.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, ever since the entirety of 2023, whenever I go to any anime store, any anime convention, they're always playing the opening to Oshinoko. Like it
Yeah.
already has taken over, and I'm totally down for it. I love the series. Literally, after watching the episodes that were out, I was trying to find the manga, and yeah, the first volume is literally the first episode. So I thought that was
Wow.
pretty cool.
I did
Yeah,
not know that. That's freaking awesome.
yeah, Oshinoko definitely got some beats, got some drama, mystery.
It's pretty dark considering too.
Yeah, it does get into very, very deep, realistic, like real world shit. Trying to keep this spoiler free because I want y'all to watch.
Yes.
But it does actually pull on the heartstrings on some subjects, and I think that's what makes it go even further beyond
Plus
Ultra.
Ultra. We did get a lot of season 2s this year as well, like Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, which I know a certain somebody was probably ecstatic for.
All on my For You page is just Jujutsu Kaisen content. I'm pretty sure Jujutsu Kaisen, even though season 2 came a little later this year, pretty sure it's gonna take like that is the anime of 2023. That's just my feeling, because everyone was talking about if an episode aired out, that was the talk. That scene with Nanami in the subway, everyone was talking about that. Everyone was talking about the Gojo fight in the subway. Like everyone was talking every episode, people were getting hyped. I understand why. Zeus doesn't understand why because he doesn't
Well,
like Nappa. But
look. I
um,
love the manga for Jujutsu Kaisen, all right? The Shibuya
oh, for
incident
sure.
is, so good. Do I like the animation? Not at all, but that's neither here nor there.
I encourage everyone to read it first. Like, trust me, you will catch up in no time because it's that good. I think just the animation that they put out, even though all this stuff that's been going on with Mappa and their workers and stuff, I put credit where it's due, man. Like, the animation is pretty spicy. The fight scenes are hella fuego.
Now, I will say,
For
there is
sure.
this anime that, out of all of this, has some of the best animation. Mushoku Tensei. Oh, love the
Hmm.
art style, love the animation for that series. And we got the first part of season 2 this year. And man, oh my gosh, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but this was an emotional roller coaster. I mean, season 1 was also an emotional roller coaster, but this one, it's like
Yeah.
you really felt for our main guy. And we got a good growth spurt too. I was kind of hoping we got a little bit more of a mature voice for his English dub, but I mean, man, I can never get too much of Mushoku Tensei personally.
Oh, definitely. Ever since that first season came out, that's like all me and you were talking about.
Yeah.
Or like definitely when season 2 was announced and then it finally dropped, that's literally all we were hooked onto.
Oh
So we were eating good
yeah.
towards like the beginning of this year.
Another, everyone talk about isekais. I got one that's I've been preaching about for ages. The Eminence in Shadow. We got a season 2 for that this year
Hmm.
too. And man, it makes me relove the series so much. It is one of the funniest, yet like just dopest series I've ever watched, especially for an isekai. It's way out of the isekai norm, much like Mushoku Tensei. They're very unique in the story that they're doing, and our
Yeah.
main character is very unique. The fact that we started off with this whole vampire incident, which I won't go too much into because spoilers, and we figure out the whole bloodline deal. Oh, dude, it's like they're doing so much serious and cool stuff, but the first layer of it all is just comedy, and I love it. I love every part of it, and the action's great.
Oh, definitely. Would you put it up with like Konosuba? kind of like
I mean,
level of
Konosuba
comedy?
would be here, and then I'd probably put Eminence here. Maybe Prison
Okay.
School's in, and actually Prison School, Konosuba, and then Eminence is probably how I'd rank it.
Okay, I feel you. Cause yeah, I think when it comes to if we're gonna be specific, isekai comedy, Konosuba just takes the cake.
Oh yeah, I would say that
Um,
much. Yeah.
over. But Eminence Shadow, still dope, still love it. Like you were kind of saying, it's not like very stereotypical, like I'm in this new world, but I'm like
Gotta fight the demon
overpowered.
lord.
Yeah, or I'm gonna fight the demon. Either overpowered or I'm gonna fight the demon
Or
lord or
both.
something of that essence. Yeah, and they have like that super long like title, like
That time I got reincarnated in another world and was overpowered to fight the demon lord.
basically that's basically what the every isekai is lately. But we're glad that we have ones to actually poke out and the light at the end of the tunnel, basically.
There's one that I actually, it goes right into this. It's just beautiful segues here. There's a anime that came out this year with a super long title that I thoroughly enjoyed, and it was Isekai. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real one too.
Jesus.
That is the entire title of the anime and light novel that it's based off of. And it's very enjoyable, honestly. It is an isekai, but it's not a typical isekai because he can go back and forth between the real world and the other world, which I find super cool. Like he starts off as this fat, chubby guy who gets, he's bullied by literally like his family and everyone. And he goes to this other world and he gets swole as frick. And then his next term at school, he's coming back as a new man. He's basically trying to live this new life. It's a really nice story of someone who's at his lowest, try to bring himself out of it while also still working through his traumas, But it's an isekai, so there's great action. There's obviously cliche romances, but adorable pets. But it's another one that I thoroughly enjoy watching. The animation could get really cringe with some of the CGI at points. I'm not saying it's on Mappa's level, but it's been a trend with isekais lately, and I mean overall it's still really enjoyable. I definitely recommend it. Okay, I have two other isekais that I was looking at. This isekai will make you hungry. It's called Campfire Cooking in Another World. It is so wholesome. Came out probably like January of this year. Basically, the guy gets sent to another world with two other people, right? And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go fight and save the universe." He's like, I don't got any powers. My ability is literally online shopping." And so he's like, "Can I just leave?" And they're like, "Yeah, you can just leave." And so he literally just travels, ends up cooking, right? This beast comes to like kill them, but he smells the food. And so the beast wants some of the good food he's cooking. And so he's like, "Well, you need your own dead animal so I could cook it." And it does, and basically he gets Fenrir as his pet because he makes good food. And the entire series is him just traveling around making good food. And funny enough, this is by Mappa, and I actually enjoy the animation from it. It's the only one where I actually enjoy the animation from Mappa.
Okay.
I mean, and if I enjoy a Mappa animated series, you guys will enjoy it too. There's this other one. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This came out during the spring 2023 era. It was Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion. This is based off a South Korean webtoon of the same name. And it's so good because this woman, she gets sent into this book. I think it's her friend's book after she's like pushed off this building. And so having to deal with the fact that she was just murdered and not knowing who murdered her, she has to live through this story where she's the friend of the protagonist, but the friend dies like pretty early on in the book. So she has to prevent her incoming death and just like freaking survive in this world that she knows a good amount of. And it's a really good one. It's got romance in there, of course, but I enjoy watching this isekai, especially because it's another South Korean webtoon come to life. You love seeing that.
Let's do romance.
First one that comes to mind is probably my number one. I would say probably number one romance. The Dangers in My Heart. I will not shut up about it. I don't know what it is.
I thought I had something else in mind that was your number one, but you can finish this one.
I think I know which one you're talking about, but
okay.
The Dangers in My Heart, honestly, it's so good. I mean, it starts off, I was thinking it was going to get kind of like dark, serial killeristic, but no, it's a super wholesome romance anime. And this kid, I don't know, maybe it's because he's a loner who like no one really understands that I can kind of like relate to. He has a thing for this chick who's like, she's a model and soon to be actress, etc. She's also not bright, which I think is one of the best parts because of just humor. Their dynamic is just so genuine. Like, I don't know, a lot of the situations and everything, it's like realistic. It's very real world, very genuine. And especially how like their connection builds up and how the story progresses. It's Like you want them to be together so bad.
You want to hear my guess?
I want to
My
hear your
guess?
guess. I want to hear your guess though.
I thought yours, because you literally kept on talking about this. Tomo-chan is a girl.
Tomo-chan as a girl is a really good one. I would also put that up in my list, but I wouldn't put it as number one. I would put that in my top 5 for sure of all time.
Top five.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that one definitely haven't watched it yet. Definitely convinced me to give that one a gander as well.
Insomniacs After School, that was another really good one. Oh, I can relate because insomnia sucks, but like that one was also cool because it also dealt with astrology a lot, and it wasn't as much romance as it was just more of just like wholesome story about two kids that struggle with insomnia for various reasons, and they end up, because of this, being part of the astronomy club. Then they start to fall for each other, of course, but it's also just a really good wholesome anime. I just enjoy watching. I'm also just a big fan of like photography and astronomy in general, so I mean more animes about that, dude. My love story with Yamada-kun to level 999, that one I would also put in my top 5 personally, maybe top 10 for sure. Chick, her boyfriend cheated on her with a girl he met online on a game, the same game that he introduced said main character to.
Yeah.
And so she's actually like really into the game, so she goes to the convention. There's like a local one. She goes there mainly to see if she can like show her ex like, hey, look what you missed out. But she ends up meeting like this really attractive guy or whatever who is he's a pretty big gamer. She realizes that they're in the same guild in the game, and so at first it starts off where it's like, hey, I will give you this event special that they give only 1, 2 if you pretend to be my boyfriend for a little bit. And he's like, okay. Like at first he says no, but then she's like, yeah, I'll give you this special thing. He's like, okay, fine. And so
Sounds familiar.
yeah, it's that one really did pop off a bit when it came out because the soundtrack is so good. It's lo-fi, and I love lo-fi, and the art style is very cutesy too. You don't see that many like non-isekai gaming series, so there's like a back and forth between them going into game, like going to do like raids and stuff, like her just wanting to learn, also going to college and trying to get a job, and then she still has run-ins with this guy, and so they just slowly but surely like kind of fall for each other. It's, well, he does it like really late. She gets into him pretty early on, but that's another really enjoyable one. What other genre you got for me?
The action is that one? Because I mean, there's the big one, in the room that's waiting very patiently.
You can say it. Let me let you talk, man. What's the big
Oh,
one?
you're good. Aaron, you can come on in now. We have, of course, Attack on Titan. We got the finale finally. Stop being like that.
That was so bad.
We finally got it though. Different opinions on it, of course, compared to people who read it. Trust me, we're in the same boat, okay? I do find it interesting that they changed the ending. It's like a different perspective per se. I don't know. They could kind of do it like a Neon Genesis Evangelion, where there's like multiple endings. Like they should have done like the manga ending, and then maybe like another episode, epilogue, their ending that they did for the anime. I think that would have been interesting. That Attack on Titan for you, that one definitely, the message that they give out to you is very, you could put it into real world life situation. Aaron has been patiently waiting because, now don't get me wrong, we talked about it. Them putting in it that many parts kind of killed the vibe of it. But you do have to get emotional that it finally did, the series did finally end.
Honestly,
like,
I'm just glad it's over. We should have been over. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
glad it's over. It should have been over in one season, not one season that's split into 3 parts that are the same length of a season, and then the third part split into 3 more special movie parts. Like, what?
Trust me, I hate that they butchered it too, but you still get emotional. Like ever since when it come out, like early 2000 something. I don't remember. Just like, oh, what the show about? And you just see these giant naked humans eating other small humans, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. So now, like, I get kind of emotional that like we went on this whole journey. It's pretty cool actually having a like ongoing long anime or manga like that you read from the beginning and you go on the journey with it to the very end. How I felt about the anime wasn't how I felt about the manga. When I finished the manga, I got emotional because that was like, damn, dude, it's over.
Okay. If we're gonna go
Okay,
in
okay.
let me just knock off the rest of my anime list here.
You're good.
That's
Aaron, you
bad.
can go back home
Yeah,
now.
Eric,
Okay.
go back into your grave. Dead Mount Deathblade, I think, is a super unique reverse isekai. I forgot to mention this earlier because it's technically a reverse isekai, but it is so cool, so dark, action-packed, tons of conspiracy, and the guy's in the real world with actual magic, but he doesn't have all of his magic because the real world doesn't have that much. And then he ends up like there's signs of his previous world here in the real world, so it's like, yo, what the frick? Huge conspiracy, super cool, definitely recommend it. My Home Hero, animation quality, it's not bad, but the story is freaking crazy. Just
I've heard about it.
this guy, he sees his daughter getting abused by this dude, right? Finds out dude's part of some kind of like Yakuza type gang and ends up killing the dude. And then he has to cover or hide the fact that he killed him. Meanwhile, said gang is like super sus about this dude. They're like, I think he killed him, but we can't prove it, so we got to figure out how to prove it. And so he's trying to cover all of his tracks to try to make sure that there is not a single hint. Meanwhile, the gang basically introduces themselves to him. It's like, hey, our dude's dead. We think you're a suspect, so you're gonna be working with us until we figure this out. And he's like, I'm just a lowly salesman. And they're like, yeah, we doubt that. Freaking crazy. Definitely recommend you watch it. I can't wait for the next season. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Part 2. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. First of all, Bleach is like the GOAT. Let's be honest, it's the freaking GOAT. Go. And then 1000 Year Blood War is the best arc. Like action, like visually, it's the best arc. I mean, personally, I'd probably say the Fullbringer arc is the best because it's way more emotional. This one is just so crazy with all the action, death, and story development. Like you learn so much about Ichigo in this. And in part 2, that's when you're seeing everybody fight. You're seeing everybody's Bankai. You're seeing crazy stuff happen here that you did not see in the manga, actually. Because Tite Kubo added it in the anime because he couldn't add it in the manga because he was rushed. Stop rushing people, Shonen. Shangri-La Frontier, that's another really enjoyable anime that's also pretty recent. It's a VR MMO where basically he's a trash gamer and he wants to play a good game for once. He plays trash games, okay? He's not a bad gamer. Let me rephrase that. And he plays a good game for once and he gets really into it, and the game's like super hard, super like hardcore awesome. It's just really cool to watch.
I don't think we brought it up, but Demon Slayer, we had the Sword
Swordsmith,
Village,
yeah.
Swordsmith Village.
Smoresmith.
I know people didn't really, I wouldn't say care for it. I don't think it got as much hype as the entertainment arc. That one blew up, obviously.
For good reasons, yeah.
I mean, that's peak animation right there.
Right, Mappa? That's how you do 3D animation.
But you know, the Swordsmith Village, of course, we get to see more Hashiras, which is really dope. I like the demons in that one. I know people really didn't care for the pot one. Like it's like a jar, guys, not like actual like wheat. The wheat demon. But I think people did actually enjoy I forgot his name, but he splits into like different personalities. Each personality is a different like elemental or stuff like that. But yeah, shout out Demon Slayer. Another one that I don't know if you watched, but I thoroughly enjoy this franchise. Skull Pilgrim Takes Off.
I've heard that one was really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like as soon as it came out, I watched it. I binged it out. Before it came out, I thought it was going to be like the original, just like movie or comic book series, but they do it a entirely different storyline, which I thoroughly enjoyed. But the animation is so good. I love their cartoon comic book look, but actually getting to see them fluidly move, the original voice actors or the characters, which makes it even better. It's so good. Highly recommend it. One that I recommend you that we just talked about recently, Undead Unlocked. I think that's the name of it, right?
Yeah, Undead Unlocked.
That finally got an anime. I thought the premise was pretty cool. Guy can't die. Girl draws in like bad luck. So if you're like near her, you're probably gonna die. So it's an interesting combo. When I was reading it, I thought it was pretty interesting. Surprised it got an anime so quick. I was like, oh snap. Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of mangas that are getting animes pretty quickly now.
Shout out to ongoing animes.
Shout out.
One Piece.
Not
One Piece staying strong. Yes, One Piece staying strong. Let's go One Piece community.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I mean, let us know in the comments if we missed any anime for 2023 that you enjoyed, because I'm positive we missed a bunch. I gave like 25 at least. So that's probably like
2.
He gave like at least 2, at least. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think of our favorite animes for the year. What are your favorite animes? Get you guys in the next anime video, and definitely check out the rest of our content here on the channel as well. I'm Captain Zeus, that's Nova Burst, and we'll see you guys later. See you.